What's up? It's your girl Sai, and today we're going to go this way, not that way, and I'm going to hop right into it. So make sure when you're placing your unit onto your wig, make sure you place it an inch before your hairline starts. Not on your hairline, after the hairline, but an inch before your hairline starts. Whatever you do to the right side, you must do to the left side. If you pin and place the left side down, you must pin and place the right side down as well. If you don't do it and you start sewing, you're going to have a crooked unit. Okay, you guys won't be seeing no more of my sister in the video, only because she was there because I had a hard time pulling the needle through because my nails were so freaking long. So make sure if you're a beginner, do not try to have on long nails and make a wig. Like, you're going to be there forever. So definitely keep your nails short. Now let's get into this sewing. I am not a teacher. I do not do hair. I do make wigs, and this is my first wig. So I'm sewing to the right, and I'm going to sew to the left side. So make sure you're sewing through the cap and through the unit. If you do not sew through both, then your closure or your piece or your frontal is not going to lay how you expect it. Okay, my tripod did come the following day, but I had to improvise and use what I already had. So you know that when you first start the other side, you are going to definitely have to put it through the cap and through the unit and secure it more than once. Some people tie the knot 3 times. I just put it through twice and double tie it because I feel like that is what works best for me, and that's what's going to have my wig secure and flat on my head. So that's what I use. I sewed it twice and I knotted it twice. Daily tip: so I put water or mousse on my hair, that way the flyaways will not be in my way, and another way that the hair can lay while I'm getting my works in. And then I did go from right to left. I didn't go from left and keep going all the way to the right side because I don't want a crooked unit. I don't want my unit to be crooked on my head after I finish it. So I definitely sewed from the right side, and I stopped and I cut it, and I definitely hopped over to the right side and finished it, and I kept going. That way I know it's gonna lay for sure. This is how your sewing should look. You want to have some sort of consistency. You don't want to have too many gaps because too many gaps causes your wig to rumble and look very weird. Okay, so I'm going to start sewing now. So I'm placing the tracks from ear to ear because that's the way I sew and that's what I prefer. Some people sew from the back of the neck and go that way, but I do it from ear to ear. And I left a little space between the closure and the tracks because that way when I'm at the top, I want to add the tracks right underneath my closure. That way it has more hair and it's definitely full. If you're going to use the flip over method and you're doubling your tracks, do not double your tracks and do the flip over method on the first track, because if you're going ear to ear on both sides of your ear, you're going to have bulky hair. So make sure you do not do the flip over method when doubling your tracks on your first track using the flip over method, if that makes sense. Okay, I know you guys see black thread, but I didn't know that when using blonde hair, you have to use the blonde thread. So I did go over after I was done and sewed it with the right color thread. That way it can look more natural. And yeah, so make sure you, when you're using blonde hair, use blonde thread. Do not use black thread. You don't want nobody to see your thread, girl. So make sure you keep it cute at all times and use that blonde thread. And you see that my thing did break, so I had to improvise once again. So the goal is to have your wig fit as tight as possible, but your wig cannot fit as tight as possible if your wig does not have a grip. So you do not want to sew on the thick part of the elastic. You want to sew right where it ends at. From the ending to the top of that line, you want to start. That's where you want to start sewing at, because if you sew on the band, then your wig is not going to have the grip on your head. So that's just my preference. That's what I prefer. That's the method that I use. So it worked out for me. My wig fits on pretty good. So that's my tip. Sorry that my big old head was in the way, but now we're getting to the flip over method. The flip over method is where you flip it over and not cutting the tracks. That way you keep your hair and it decreases shedding. So make sure that when you're doing the flip over method, you're double or tripling, quadrupling the knot, however, to your own liking and the way that you want it to be secured. So I definitely, it looks like I knotted it a couple times, and when you're going to flip it over, you want to sew through them two tracks that you flipped over. That way it's secure and it's going to lay flat and it's not going to be bulky. Okay guys, I have finished sewing in all the hair. Now I'm styling it. I didn't record the middle part of me styling it, of me sewing it, because like I said before, the stand that I was using, it did break on me, so I didn't want to record with the mannequin in my lap. That's so unprofessional. So I just skipped to the part where I finished sewing, and now I'm styling Keisha Monet, and I am using Baby Bliss Pro by Nano Titanium, and that's one of the best flat irons that I've ever had in almost my whole entire life, because most of the hairstylists use them in the hair industry, and it works pretty good, and it gets your hair bone straight if that's the look that you're going for. So I'm going to be using this more often in my videos, so make sure that you guys copy one of these and use it, girl, because your hair is going to be flawless and popping with this Baby Bliss Pro. Okay, so this way always works for me. Make sure you always comb through your hair, then flat iron it, because if you don't, then you're going to be skipping through your hair and it's going to cause a lot of creases. So make sure you comb through it, but put the comb under the flat iron and slowly make your way down to have that bone straight, flawless hair. Okay, so you watching me sew her, style her, place her, break her stand. Now Keisha Monet is almost in full effect. So I'm using the pressing comb to press out the roots of the closure. That way, when I put the closure on, the hair look like it's coming straight from my scalp. So, yep, that's what I'm doing.
Listening to a Win Silhouette exclusive.
Get the Keisha Monet look, because this is the Keisha.